guys, so I haven't done a podcast in a while, and yes, I'm sitting in my car because it's quiet and there's no wind. I attempted this video 3 times. Every single time the wind was just unbearable. But haven't done a podcast in a while, so I'm going to do a short story for you. This story is based out of Egypt Pike, and it's more of like a romance that went south really, really fast. So the story is based, like I said, out of Egypt Valley, and it's 14,000 acres of land. It's on the east side of Ohio, so it's like the foothills of the Appalachians. But the story took place in 1869 with a little girl named Louisa Fox. She was 13 years old. Louisa lived with her family on a small farm near Sewellville, Ohio. She worked nearby as a servant for the family of Alex Hunter, the owner of a local coal mine. Though she was young, she was courted by 22-year-old Thomas Carr of Sugar Hill, West Virginia. And I'm reading, that's why my eyes aren't on the camera. After fighting in the Civil War, Carr got a job in Hunter's mine and took interest in Louisa, whose parents initially approved of their engagement. So he's 22, she's 13, but of course back in that day that was kind of normal. However, the young couple's age didn't sit well when Carr's past history of violence and incarceration came to light. Louisa's parents and her employer objected, and the wedding was called off. Carr was furious because of this. He was in love with this girl. You know, they've known each other for a while at this point, and it didn't sit well with him. So one day, shortly after work, he approached Louisa and her brother Willie as they walked home. He told Willie he wanted to talk to Louisa in private, and when her brother left, Carr kissed her, pulled out a razor, and slashed her throat. As she bled to death, he stabbed her 14 more times. From a distance, Willie witnessed the murder, and he ran to tell his parents. So there is a picture here. Let me see if I can pull it up. This was found on Google, and I'm also going to cite the website that I'm reading off of. But this is kind of where she was stabbed at. That's the marker that was placed right by her murder. It is public access. You can visit it. We plan on making an investigation out there in the spring. But let's continue. Carr hid in a coal bunker where he attempted suicide by slashing his own throat. He failed, so he shot himself. Survived the injuries. The next morning, he was captured by a posse of angry citizens who placed him under arrest. Carr was imprisoned, tried, and found guilty. At the time, he claimed to have murdered 14 others, but this was never substantiated. He was the first man in Belmont County to be legally hung on the courthouse steps. In fact, and it was not a quick death. So you'll find Louisa's grave in Salem Cemetery and a memorial plaque on the site of the murder on Starkey Road, which is a mile from the cemetery. A young girl believed to be Louisa's ghost has been seen crying at her grave and at the site of her murder. Pages here. She was buried in St. Clairsville. He was buried in St. Clairsville. Witnesses have also claimed to see Carr's ghost wandering the roads of Egypt Valley. I don't think I could turn this around, so I'm just going to kind of show you. There's a picture of her headstone there. And on the grave, it does say something like, Louisa was murdered here by Thomas Carr. So all of this fact is true. It's been proven. It's in articles in the newspaper. So this is all completely true. Whether you want to believe it or not is up to you. So even though Thomas Carr's murdering Louisa took place in Ohio, his murdering extended to Wheeling. His other alleged victim, Alois Ulrich, I think that's how you say it, supposedly haunts Wheeling's tunnel green at the site where Carr claimed he and Joseph Eisel hacked Ulrich to death with a hatchet. Although Carr's participation in the event was never verified, and there remained inconsistencies in this account. Louisa Fox and Thomas Carr aren't the only ghosts sighted here. Tales recall the surface mining days and when a truck driver reportedly fell asleep on the wheel on a back road. Some stories say he was killed when the vehicle overturned, others claimed he lived. But they all recall that his arm was severed in the crash. The arm is said to crawl around the cemetery on its fingertips, tapping on gravestones. Guys, if I see that when I go out there, I'm done. I will retire at that point. No, that's not okay. We can't have that. And if that's not horrifying enough, a pack of hellhounds supposedly roam the hills. That I can deal with. Not the hand. Finally, what paranormal report would be incomplete without a Bigfoot would be complete without a Bigfoot sighting? A witness spotted one in 1984. Her daughter had a similar sighting years later. Both described the creature about 6'2", which is rather short for a Squatch, with long hairy arms. Fortunately for both women, the Egypt Valley Squatch was a slow runner and rather clumsy. Both escaped its clutches. Again, that's pretty much it for this story. I do want to bring up, we are doing an investigation. March 30th, we're going to be locked down at the Randolph County Infirmary for 16 hours. 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. Expect us to go live. We'll be taking pictures. We may have some spots open if you want to join us. I don't know yet. You can message me. I'll let you know. We're also doing a big ghost hunting conference here in Columbus, Ohio. October 6th, I believe, which should be on a Sunday about 5 o'clock. It's going to be story time, meet and greet with the team. We're going to explain our equipment, show off some of our evidence. We're going to have free food and free drinks. So show up. It's free to everybody. We're going to be doing giveaways as well with some of our merch and some other things. So I appreciate you guys. I apologize for the low quality of this video. I'm just trying to get some more content out there. There's not much going on. It's cold. We're not doing very many investigations if we can help it. And there's just a lot going on personally with me and other team members. So we're kind of on the back burner right now, but I'll still have some more content coming out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching.